with Deshaun Watson having requested a trade in Houston, and Houston introducing their new head coach, David Culley, today, there's obviously a situation, to use the phrase, that the Texans need to figure out with Watson. And the name that we keep hearing over and over and over again, if the Texans do eventually give Watson the exit visas he's asking for and how much of a haul they could get, Herschel Walker is the name we keep hearing over and over and over again. What would you counsel Houston to do? Obviously being somebody who knows what a franchise quarterback can do to change things around, but also knows how one particular trade with a huge haul can change things around as well. What would you counsel, Jimmy?
Well, first of all, trades are so difficult, with the salary cap and with the compensation and, what it's going to do contract-wise, as far as Watson's contract. But the number one thing I would do if I was David Culley is I'd go knock on his door. I'd say, Deshaun, let's have a Michelob Ultra. Let's talk about this thing because we can work it out somehow, some way. I mean, I had a similar situation, when I had Troy Aikman and I drafted Steve Walsh. Well, that caused some tension between me and Troy. Well, Steve Walsh was there just for one reason, so I could trade him later for a 1, 2, and a 3 to New Orleans. But until I got rid of him, Troy wasn't real happy with me. I drafted my quarterback from Miami there. And so I went to Troy's home. I knocked on his door. We talked about things. And I set up a tropical fish tank, and we bonded, and so we worked it out. So if I was David Culley, I'd do whatever. I would put my ego aside, and I'd say, hey, Deshaun, let's work this thing out. We can be great right here with the Texans.
So just putting it all together, are you suggesting David Culley go shop for a tropical fish tank and bring it to Deshaun Watson's house? Is that what you're saying, Jimmy?
Have a Michelob Ultra and a tropical fish tank, and the deal is done.
What do you mean by a tropical fish tank? Did you really bring some? What do you mean by that?
Oh, yeah. I was into tropical fish. I've always been into tropical fish, and Troy was kind of infatuated with him. One time he said, hey, I might set up a tank. Well, he gave me a good excuse to go spend time with him. And I went one Sunday over to his home in the off season after that first year. And after I traded Walsh away, and we spent the entire day together. And we went and shopped, and we set up his tank, and I put some fish in there. And it gave us kind of an excuse for a conversation from then on. But it bonded us, and obviously it was a lot more than just the tropical fish.
Yes.
But it gave us an excuse to spend time with each other, and to kind of soothe out any tension that he had because of the Walsh thing. When I had Walsh and Aikman, I couldn't play favoritism because that would diminish the trade value for Walsh. I couldn't come right out and say, hey, Troy's our guy forever and ever, because I wanted to trade Steve Walsh and try to get as much as I could for him. But it was a little bit of tension until I worked it out with the tropical fish.
Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.